Hong Kong, a city of luxury, skyscrapers, and extreme wealth. But hidden inside these buildings is a dark secret. Homes so small, they are called coffin apartments. Imagine living in a space barely bigger than a coffin, with no privacy, no fresh air, and barely enough room to stretch your legs. Sounds unbelievable, right? But for thousands of people, this is reality. In one of the richest cities in the world, people are forced to live in spaces as small as 15 square feet, smaller than a parking space. But why? How did Hong Kong become a place where thousands are trapped in these big boxes? Let's find out. But before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video and share it with your friends. By watching this video to the end, you will appreciate your life, show kindness, and help others while you can. The Earth, rich in natural resources, vibrant cultures, and beautiful landscapes. Join me as we rover around with documentary stories and adventures. I got robbed and lost my equipment, but I am not giving up. These videos are just the beginning. To understand why people live in these conditions, we have to talk about Hong Kong's housing crisis. Rent prices here are some of the highest in the world. A normal apartment can cost over $3,000 a month, way more than what most people can afford.
Many of the cage dwellers, they cannot afford females a day, because they need to save money to buy the toilet paper, even buy water sometimes, because some of them they don't have kitchen or do not have facility to afford water, something like that.
The average salary in Hong Kong, just about $2,000 a month. That means many workers spend more than half their income just on rent. So what happens to those who can't afford these crazy prices? They end up here.
All of these are homes, top and bottom. They can just about fit one narrow single mattress. Here's some more, not even long enough for someone to lie down in, and there are 15 of these in this one room.
Coffin apartments are usually old buildings divided into tiny cubicles, sometimes stacked on top of each other. Some are as small as 6 feet long and 2 feet wide, barely enough space to lie down. These aren't homes, they are survival spaces. So what's like living inside one of these? Let's take a look. There is no kitchen, no private bathroom, just a small bed, maybe a fan, and whatever belongings they can fit. To cook, they have to share a tiny, often dirty kitchen with other residents. To use the toilet, same thing. And in some buildings, tenants share just one bathroom for over 20 people. For many, this isn't just temporary. They live like this for years. Some even raise families in these tiny cubicles, with kids growing up in spaces no bigger than a closet. Can you imagine that? You might think these are just for young workers struggling to survive. But the truth is, people of all ages live here, even the elderly. Some are retirees who can't afford rising rent. Others are workers who lost their jobs and have no choice but to live in these tiny spaces.
Cannot afford buying houses and everything is expensive. When you're young, you cannot see a bright future. People are mad about the government for it seems they are using the people's money to build infrastructure that only facilitates mainlanders.
And then there are young professionals, people who work full-time but still can't afford a proper home. Some have degrees, careers and dreams, but they are stuck living in a space smaller than a prison cell.
Many of my friends are seriously thinking of, leaving this place. Immigrating to Australia, Taiwan, Canada.
Living in a coffin apartment isn't just uncomfortable, it's unhealthy. Many of these places have poor ventilations, no natural light, and are full of mold and pests. The lack of space can cause depression, stress, and even health problems.
He said, I have no pain, I'm just waiting to die.
Some of these so-called homes have no windows, no escape routes, and serious fire risks is a disaster. So what's the solution? The Hong Kong government has promised to build more affordable housing, but change is slow. Meanwhile, thousands continue to live in these tiny spaces, waiting for a better future. For now, the coffin apartments of Hong Kong remain one of the biggest symbols of wealth inequality in the world, a city of billionaires, and people forced to live inside boxes. The question is, could you survive in one of these?
This is the slum, and then just across it, on the opposite, is this decent apartment.
If you found this video interesting, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and share this with your friends. And if you are curious about more incredible stories, check out this next video. I will see you there.